Hi, my name is Addison Butler. I'm with the program in the environment here at the University of Washington, and the title of my project is Expanding Environmental Education, the Community Science Activities, Lessons from UW Botanic Garden Summer Camp. So, my internship was partnered with the University of Washington Botanic Garden Summer Camp, and there my site supervisors were Kat Howard and Kelly Lindmark. My faculty advisor for this project was Sarah McFarland from POE at UW. So, some background and context is that access to environmental education, all referred to as EE, fosters a connection to local ecosystems as it's an informal way of education that allows kids to really interact with nature. And community science, all referred to as CS, offers different collaborative ways to explore and solve local environmental issues. And many of the existing activities in the UW Botanic Garden Summer Camp, all referred to as UWG Summer Camp, in the curriculum are not community science based. So the goal of my internship was to adapt a community science activity for educational use at the UWG summer camp. This led me to my research question. How can community science activities be integrated into environmental education curriculum? So my internship at the UWG summer camp, I worked at Cedar Camp, which is made up of two groups, the Ferns and the Elks, both of which had about 15 students in each group. All of them were around 9 to 11 years old, and each group also had one naturalist, which is basically a camp counselor, and a junior naturalist, which was a high school age student volunteer. So part of my methods was observations, and I recorded student responses to the CS-based activities for all four trials of it. And in this activity, students observed a plot outlined by a hula hoop, as seen in Figure 2, and filled out a simple worksheet on measuring species richness, as seen in Figure 1. These figures are both from the fourth activity trial, and were both with the elk group. And I was also part of my methods was conducting surveys. So I conducted three surveys from naturalists on how they felt the activity performed and any suggestions that they had for the activity plans. So I had four main results. First was my research showed that community science often emphasizes data collection, which can be difficult for young students, as I found, and focusing instead on simple observation and note taking help them engage more meaningfully with nature in these activities. Second, when integrating CS activities into EE curriculum, my research showed they need to be adaptable and accessible to different learning abilities, age groups, and knowledge bases, as engagement in nature fosters a sense of place and stewardship with these kids. And third, through my observations of students and feedback from naturalists via surveys, I was able to make changes to my activity plan to make it easier and more engaging for students. Lastly, my research showed that when students participate in community science, it can increase their environmental knowledge and foster pro-environmental behaviors. So that's the main takeaways from this project. So my internship gave me lots of interactions with young students, which definitely better informed my activity as I was able to have open lines of communication with them and just talk to them. My research showed me how to adapt an activity to be CS-based while still being fun and engaging for these kids. And this way of learning can get students more involved in their community and inspire them to care about their local environments. And some broader significance of this project is that in order to integrate CS into EE programs, more funding and research on this collaboration is needed so that this integration can actually be successful. Another thing is that this CS-based activity could be adapted using suggestions that I put in my activity plan instructions to become easier for Fur Camp, which is the youngest students at the UWG hosts, or become harder for Hemlock Camp, which is the oldest students. So this activity could also be used at field trips that the UWG hosts during the school year to engage a range of students and have them work together to identify species richness when visiting the Arboretum. These lessons planned could be shared outside of UWG and could be used in informal education programs, school clubs, and even community centers. This can encourage students and residents to learn more about their surrounding environments. Lastly, I would like to thank my site supervisors, Kat Howard and Kelly Lindmark, my faculty advisor, Sarah McFarland, and all naturalists and staff at the UWG summer camp. I would also like to thank my family and friends for supporting me throughout my Capstone experience. Thank you.